Hello,
So good morning, all.
everyone. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, everybody, for joining here. We're starting the INFINITECH Hack Challenge here with the kickoff meeting. Theo is the most responsible person to tell you about it. So, Theo, the floor is yours. Let's start the kickoff and let's have a great hack challenge today.
Thank you, Depi. Good morning to all. I'm Theo Kodostavros. I'm with CrowdPolicy. I'm helping this team here with the Open Innovation Project. So I'm gonna just give you an introduction to what this hackathon is about and what we need today. I know it's a bit early for you guys there over in Glasgow, so grab some coffee and let's do it. So let me start by showing you a few details about who we are. CrowdPolicy is actually an open innovation integration company. We are helping the private and public companies to just open their organization to the public. We've been doing this for over 9 years. And this year, we are also participating in the INFINITECH project. We are responsible for pilot 2, for cluster 2, sorry, all the pilots there. The hackathon is a form of just bringing the public to the organization. We have had over 5,000 participants so far and over 2,000 developers. You can see that we have many different projects that we are working on. So for today, we're going to talk about the INFINITECH approach hack. So as you all know, the INFINITECH approach is actually an open innovation action from the European Union. We are bringing institutions, academia, anyone who is interested in developing some innovation through synergies and cooperations between different parties. And today, we will be talking about the Crowd Hackathon. So there are 3 universities today here from Glasgow, Piraeus, and Nicosia. And the goal is to create something that will make sense. As a main objective of the project, you can see that we want to create this culture for innovation and collaboration. We want to support all the youth, you guys, all the fresh ideas and everything that you want to bring to the table. The goal of that is to create the ecosystem of innovation. Of course, this is just the beginning. Whatever happens today is only the start to something else and bigger than that. So today, as you know, actually this INFINITECH project has a few challenges. Without going to do much more detail on that, it's one of the participants has a very specific target in their goals. You can see here that we are talking about profitability estimation, we're talking about portfolio optimization, personalized wealth management techniques, business financial management models, how you can leverage big data and open data to actually create better experience for the clients. For you today, you have already formed some teams, or you might be able to you have joined on your own. You have some available tools. If you go to the INFINITECH website, you can find the marketplace where you can see solutions and services for the financial industry. And you also have some data that you can actually go there, get some data sets to be more creative when it comes to what you want to do for today's hackathon. So let's talk about what the goal is today. Here you can see what is actually an MVP. So as you probably know, an MVP is something that it's the minimum thing that you can do to actually build something that works. So it's not about creating something from scratch or something completely different than the end goal. It's just to find a way, even if it's somehow manual, to build something that actually makes sense. So it's not about, as you can see here in the example, it's not about creating a wheel and then going to the car, but actually having a prototype of a car. And that's just by the collaboration and working on the project, making sure that this works. And then you can add on top of that. One of the main toolkits for you today is the mentoring. So we will be here across all the channels that we already discussed. Slack is going to be the main channel and the main channel that we will be discussing. Feel free to ask anything you need help with when it comes to your project. We have some advisors here that can help you just bring and find the correct answers. Even before you actually start, if you have something in mind, we can discuss and help you just shape that idea a bit better and make sure that by the end of the day, you will have something that you will feel proud of. Slack, we will also send you again the Slack registration link, but I think you already are in that. So by the end of today, you will have to present your idea and pitch it to our group of people that will judge which of the ideas actually makes more sense. So we have a few mentors that will help you, as I told you before, and the evaluation committee will get some time to just evaluate your idea. Everything will be happening remotely, and we will actually, of course, we will tell you the order of your presentation by the end of the day. It should be about 5 to 6 minutes, including the questions. We want to see the end result of your project. You can, of course, have some slides, but we are more interested, especially in the demo. So we would like to see an actual working product. If you don't have something that works, of course, feel free to just add any mockups or any screenshots that you would like to share how your product will actually look. But of course, the more working your product is, the better for you, and you will make the evaluation committee's job a bit easier. And also prepare some questions beforehand if you want. This is even better. When someone asks you, for example, the financial models, if you have something already there, it will be much easier for you to reply and just move faster. So how we actually evaluate these projects? There are 3 main pillars. We're focusing on the technology, we're focusing on the business model, and on the innovation. So the first part, the technology, is actually how and to what extent the application is live and has been completed within today's hackathon. We would like to see integrations with third-party systems. We would like to see implementation of all these functionalities and features that you would like to include. And of course, we would like to see some new and nice technologies that will be used for your products. The other part, which is equally important, is the business model. So, for example, how viable this project is. If you actually get some funding, for example, tomorrow, what can you do to actually start building it? What is the impact that it has in the INFINITECH project in general? Questions like what is the competitiveness of this project? And we would like to see that, of course, it's in addition to the technology. So we don't just want to see a business model that doesn't, it's just an idea. We would like to see, and we will evaluate this together with the technology that you have used and the MVP that you've built. The last part is innovation. So what type of technology you're using, how modern these technologies are, and how it's actually using and leveraging all this open data, APIs, web services. And of course, how innovative it is when it comes to the solution that you provide. All these things, of course, we're happy to explain more if you have any questions. If you feel that you're not strong enough to any of these pillars, happy to help. We are here for you. Just ask us anything you want on Slack. So as you know, we have some amazing awards with coming with this project. The first one are 3 conference tickets to a world's premier conference on blockchain and digital currencies. It should be super interesting to actually visit that. You know that you will be meeting with many interesting people, and the networking and all the knowledge and information that you will get will be valuable for you. We also offer you a 6-month FinTech Amazon letter, meaning that you will also get support to further develop your idea and make sure that you can actually take it to the public. Just as from an organizational standpoint, now we have the kickoff meeting. So anything you want to do, just make sure that you can prepare all your information, just gather your team, get your coffees, and just ask us anything you need. From 10 until, let's say, more or less 5:30 Greek time. So for your time, guys, it's 2 hours earlier. You can start the coding and be building all this business model. In the during this time, we'll also have some mentoring sessions and matchmaking, if anything, with the mentors. I mean, we will do that for you, and just make sure that you can have some spare time between 11, 12, or 9 and 11, and we'll make sure that we can help you any way we can. So around 5:30 or 3:30 for Glasgow, we will start the pitching to the evaluation committee. The evaluation committee usually takes about an hour to make sure that they decide on which project they would like to award with, and be the winning project. And we have a virtual party by the end of the day, which we will announce the winners and just see all the different aspects of this of today's hackathon. So thank you for that. You can find more information on the page. You can also find more information on the INFINITECH page, and you can speak with everyone and all the team from Slack. So do you have any questions or something that you would like to discuss?
I think you covered them very
I think
well.
I did. I think I did. It's too early anyway, so
yes. Let's grab a coffee first, and then we'll have our questions. I think I have also to tell you that it's important everybody to join Slack. If you join Slack, you are going to have full information about the Hack Challenge, and you are going to have an immediate response from me, from the organization committee, for any organizational issues that you have. We have 2 forms that you have for the participant, the contestant. We have 2 forms you have to fulfill, and the links are going to be there. So please, if anybody has not joined Slack yet, let's join Slack. And I think now, because we have a little addition in the last minute, I think Mr. McGreedy, Richard, can tell us some more about the new asset we have in the tool section, and that we're going to share it with you also on an email and also on Slack. Can you hear us, Richard? I think we have
Hi, Richard is
hello.
actually out of the room. He'll be back in a minute, I guess.
Okay.
that's fine. Have you all joined Slack? Is there anyone that is not there yet? I guess, Debbie, if you can share maybe the link.
I have already shared it.
Oh, okay, perfect. So anyone who hasn't joined, fantastic. You can find the link for Slack.
Also, the virtual hackathon room from Glasgow can join Slack. So anybody has the information. So if Richard is here, we can start, or anyone else who wants to share something with us. We can now answer some questions, and then we can start the hack challenge.
We can wait a couple of minutes. He will be back. Richard, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes. Hi.
So do you want me to present?
So you can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you okay. Do you want me to present?
Yes, please. Let me do that. So the floor is yours.
Okay, let me share my screen. Go. Okay, thanks for coming, everyone. So because this is a mini hackathon, and you only have, I think it's what, 8 hours or so to actually build something, we provided or pre-provided you with some technologies to help you get started. You're not limited to only these technologies in the hackathon, because you can effectively build anything in the domain of financial analytics. However, we have provided you a couple of technologies which sort of help fulfill some of the major or help support some of the major tasks that you might look in this space. In particular, often when people think about working in the fintech space, they're often thinking about financial trading, typically on stock markets or on currencies or these type of things. And so to help support you in building a product, we have provided you access to two sort of main technologies. So the first one is a financial asset recommendation service that we previously built for the INFINITECH project. And so you've been given access to the link for effectively a Python notebook tutorial for using this. What it does is this application takes as input a set of time series data, and it uses that data to perform price prediction for particular stocks or shares. So if you kind of look through this data set or through this notebook, we've given you access to a public financial time series data set. So you can find out more about this. This is a public data set from Kaggle that provides data for, I think it's around about 7 years worth of time, with opening, closing prices for a series of US-based stocks, so New York Stock Exchange. The notebook will download that data for you, and it will download it into a series of files. So if you want to analyze the actual stock price data, then that's there for you. The notebook will also then load that data into a Python data frame and then convert that into a series of features based on sort of weekly price changes. So we can use the underlying time series data set to effectively extract information about how different stocks are performing over time. Then once we have that data, we can use machine learning techniques to train a model that takes a past time series and then uses that to create forward predictions for a given period of time, using the series of features that we extract. And then we can evaluate the performance of that particular model in terms of the error produced by that model on the different stocks and shares. Because if we say, okay, we're going to perform prediction for a particular day, we can look into the future to see, okay, how good was our prediction? Because we can compare that against reality. And so that's the first sort of main component that we provide you access to. The notebook should provide everything you need to get the data, learn a model, and then if you test that model and you'll use it for prediction. So if you want to do something in the financial asset recommendation space, then this is a good starting point for you. The second thing that we also provide is, because I think a lot of people are interested in not just working with time series, financial time series data, so basically price data over time, but they're also interested in working with news data sets. So information about what people are talking about in different financial news sources. And so we've also provided you a second notebook that provides you access to a financial news API. So the idea here is this service allows you to perform searches of an index of different news articles. So the idea here is that we've already collected a series of news articles, or actually we're using a public data set for this again, where we're using a large news data set from, around about 2009 to 2017. And then we have pre-built you a search index containing the headlines and URLs for all of those news articles. And then we've hosted that up as a search engine that you can then query to get related headlines for different keywords or indeed particular stocks or companies. So this is all set up for you. You can simply just start to run searches on this, and it will give you back a ranked list of documents using kind of the core search API. And then given this list of documents, you can then retrieve information about those documents, given the unique IDs for those documents using a separate API. So you can get the headline, you can get the URL for that document, you can get its date, you can get other information such as the predicted stock ticker for that particular news article. And we also have included with this a second API that will give you some metadata about particular stocks. So for example, I can ask for information about Apple based on its ticker, and it will give me information like it's the full name of the company, a summary of what this company is about, and potentially some other financial metrics that might be of interest to you. This is not available for all stocks, just because we don't have information for all stocks, but you can use that for a subset of the stocks that we have. So for example, this is an example here where I did a search for iPad. These were the top news articles. These were the predicted tickers for those particular news articles. And then these were the company names that we could extract for those particular stock tickers. So these are available for notebooks. You should be able to run these either locally, or you can try and run these in Google Colab. And I'm happy to answer any questions about that. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Theo, if we get any questions on Slack, can you copy those into the chat here? I don't have Slack open yet on this machine.
Of course, I don't see anything for now.
Probably people want to go and test it out first.
Probably. You will be around anyway, so anyone who has a question for Richard, you can find him on Slack, and he can help you out.
Yep.
Thank you for that, Richard. So what I can say is that we can actually start the hack. You are there, everybody's on Slack. Feel free to send us over any questions that arise. If you don't have a team and you would like one, just let us know. You will also be receiving 2 documents that you need to fill out during the day. This is practically what you will be working on, and some other questions. They shouldn't take a long time. It's just for us to make sure that we match you with the correct mentors and give you the help that you need. So if there aren't any more questions, I guess we can actually leave it here and start. Richard, please join the Slack as well. You can find the link in the chat. Fantastic. So yeah, that's all from us. Enjoy the day. Have fun. Build something that you like, and we'll see you during the day. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone. Let's start the hack. Let's hack it. Bye-bye.
Good
See you
luck.
in Slack. Talk in Slack.
We will.